economic viability of Guyana can be seen through the individual prospects of its 10 administrative regions. It is therefore through the exploitation of their individual strengths that they can become catalysts for economic growth. On this episode of Government in Action, we explore the work of the administration to ensure that the potential of the administrative regions is promoted in order to boost their economies and create a good life for all Guyanese. Our 10 administrative regions possess unique resources that can contribute to the prosperity of the country. It is with this realization that this administration has pushed to strengthen the potential of these regions in order to catalyze their economies. A significant means of strengthening the regions is through an effective local government body. This administration's revival of the country's local government elections after 19 years' absence is therefore a clear demonstration of government's push to ensure that the economies of the regions are strengthened. President David Granger's aim is for the local government elections to lay the foundation for a new partnership between central government and local government. The President has also announced his aim to create capital towns within each region, with an emphasis of promoting business, driving economic development, and giving leadership to the regions. At the annual general meeting of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry in March last year, the President said that Guyana will only develop if its regions are strong.
Our regions must no longer be viewed as mere administrative appendages of central government. Our regions must become motors of economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, the potential of Guyanese regions is indisputable. Looking at geographical size alone, the Berimo-Waini region is larger than Kuwait. The Cameroon-Suriname region is larger than Trinidad and Tobago. The Essequibo Islands West Demerara region is larger than Mauritius. Demerara Mahaica is larger than Singapore. Mahaica Berbice is larger than Cape Verde. East Berbice Quarantine is larger than Belgium. Yes, Belgium. Who Belgium? Guyanese is larger than the Netherlands. Taro Cipollone is larger than Fiji. The Rupununi is larger than Costa Rica. Upper Demerara Berbice is larger than the Bahamas. These are large regions, but they're also rich regions. None is a desert, none is tundra, none is swamp. Each region is blessed with natural and human resources which can be exploited for the benefit of its people.
Since this administration took office, Mabaruma in Berimo-Waini, Bartica in Guyanese, and Lethem in the Rupununi have been made into capital towns, while plans to create a municipality in Madia in the Bataro-Cipollone region are on the way. Even as government continues along these lines, administrative bodies and other stakeholders have also taken up the mantle to promote the resources of their regions. These efforts are made manifest through initiatives such as trade fairs and expositions, which in the recent past have been hosted in regions across the country. President Granger has ensured that he is present at every opening thus far, as reinforcement of government's commitment in ensuring that the regions receive the encouragement, support, and empowerment needed to contribute to the development of the region and, by extension, the country. The residents of the East Berbice Quarantine region have for years promoted the resources of their region through the annual Berbice Trade Fair and Expo. Last year, at the opening ceremony of the 12th Berbice Trade Fair, President Granger highlighted the need for economic diversification, promotion of entrepreneurship, focus on technical education, greater security, transitioning to a green economy, and business development in the region. The President also encouraged the development of a comprehensive action plan that will provide necessary information for entrepreneurs, including investment trends and opportunities, markets, technological and scientific developments, and new business horizons. The plan must also address the issue of innovation, which will enable local entrepreneurs to better compete in the global marketplace. Additionally, the plan must take into account the issue of investment, which is essential for the creation of small and medium-scale enterprises, and which will in turn lead to job creation and a vibrant entrepreneurial culture.
East Berbice currently needs to start planning. If it is to translate the economic potential of this great region into economic prosperity, you need a quarantine action plan. And the stakeholders, the people sitting down on the stage tonight, must work together to produce that plan to transform this region. A resource-rich region, which paradoxically is also a production poor region. Currently, you can enjoy sustained growth and you can give your people a good life if you are prepared to make that change. If you are prepared to examine your tremendous potential and put your resources to work for you.
Meanwhile, Minister of Business and Tourism Mr. Dominique Gaskin said that the Expo has, since its inception, provided persons from all across Guyana the opportunity to promote their products and services while enjoying the atmosphere, thereby serving as a form of domestic tourism, which his ministry would like to see encouraged.
And it's important that in each region, we have activities that can attract persons from other regions to come and experience the peculiarities that give that region its unique identity. And of course, when people come to your region, they come with money and they spend it in your region and contribute to your local economy. And that's what domestic tourism is all about.
Regional Chairman Mr. David Armagan said that while the importance of diversification and entrepreneurship are an absolute must for Berbice, the contribution of rice and sugar, the region's main means of income, to the country's gross domestic product, foreign exchange and employment must not be overlooked.
We have to explore new ways of keeping these two industries alive. And today I want to make a special appeal to His Excellency to see whatever help he can continue to give to this industry, these two industries, to keep them going until our economy can have alternative ways of dealing with employment and the other contribution that these two sectors make to the Berbice economy and to the national economy.
In March this year, the Upper Demerara Berbice region hosted the Linden Trade Fair and Expo for the first time as a separate event from the previous Linden Town Week activities. Organizers felt that the event should be given more attention, having seen the need to emphasize the development of small businesses in the region. At that event, President David Granger urged that Linden must fulfill its mission as a capital town by driving the development of the region through investments, infrastructure, and information technology.
The time has come to add value and to create new products. This region needs to unlock its potential, unleash its energy. It needs to combine its abundant natural resources with its human talent and financial capital.
Regional Chairman Mr. Rennis Morian said that the hosting of this event represents a powerful expression of confidence in the people of Region 10 by the coordinators. He said that he looks forward to such events creating a positive impact in the region.
I'm looking forward to Linden Chamber of Commerce, Len, and all other players in this process. We need to create an impact with what we're doing. We need to move from just having products, but these products must create an economic and social impact in Region 10. I look forward to these agencies working hand in hand, as we used to call it way back at LEAP, holding their hands, that we could move from cottage industries to large industries.
The trade fair provided the opportunity for several small business owners from the region and other parts of the country to showcase their products and services. Many of the exhibitors felt that the event is one of the key ventures to ensure that their products are promoted.
Because what we're doing is sensitizing the public that you can buy local, create employment, and use up what we have local. So these things are being made in London to show people that we can produce things in London, and these are what comes out from London.
It's to establish more businesses so that the Londoners can come and see that London can produce these stuff. You don't have to go out of the area or import stuff. It's right in London here. We can have, especially jam. Person may want to import jam, but person right in London produce jam just as we're not established. So here establishes the businesses.
Later in April, the Pomeroon Supanam region hosted its second annual trade fair and expo under the theme Esikobo means business. There, President Granger called on the regional administration, the Anna Regina Town Council and other stakeholders to partner with the central government to work toward economic development to further improve social cohesion and to ensure that the goals of the region are achieved.
We're quite aware too that your region faces some challenges. But we have to work together to overcome those challenges. One of the challenges, as was mentioned before, is the challenge of political collaboration. Another challenge is the challenge of social cohesion. These are not challenges which we cannot overcome if we work together. You have a challenge of geographical differences. The Pomeroon is different from what we have here on the coast, and the coast is different from the lakeland, where your 9 Amerindian communities reside. So here in Region 2, we have to find a way to work together to unleash this potential that the region has, so that we don't separate ourselves in little cubicles, so that we don't divide our labors in ways which do not bring about the best result for this region. We have to find a way to collaborate. We have to find a way to cooperate with each other.
The President commended the Esikobo Chamber of Commerce for organizing the event and urged the region to continue to host the event as a means of showcasing their productivity to the rest of Guyana and the rest of the Caribbean. Regional Chairman Mr. Devanan Ramdat highlighted the regional administration's support for both regional and national development.
All of us in this region, we are aware of the struggles that we are facing in the region's economy. But for us to have continued progress, we must collectively work with our government so that urgent attention can be given to the struggling rice industry.
Meanwhile, participants in the expo expressed that the event is one that all small business owners should consider, as it serves as a good platform to showcase their business. They said that it also creates a sense of pride in the residents that the potential of the region is put on display.
We like to encourage more youths to come on board, to get themselves educated a little bit more in agriculture, and because you see, Region 2 is morely an agricultural-based region, and if these young people and persons who are interested in agriculture, if they can get themselves a bit more equipped with the increase in technology and the other things that are going on, they can put those things into work in their own farm.
I think it would be a good thing for Guyanese to support local products, because not only we who are producing is earning a living from it, but we're able to support the farmers. It's sad sometimes when they come to us and they would tell us, well, we have some carambola that we brought here this morning and we can't take it off because our facility is limited, and it aches us. We feel hard that we cannot buy.
Most recently, the Mahaica-Berbice region opened its Region 5 Trade Fair and Expo under the theme Building a Diversified Economy. At this event, the President called on the regional administration, the neighborhood democratic councils, members of the business community, and civil society to work together with the central government to ensure that the challenges to the region's further development are solved. But more importantly, the President took that opportunity to reassure the residents that the Blairmont Sugar Estate is among those that will likely to be preserved as government looks to secure the future of the sugar industry while aiming to produce sugar that is competitive on the world market.
We have to produce our commodities more cheaply. Otherwise, we will not be able to compete, whoever is in the government. You will not be able to compete if your commodities are too expensive. We want to save the sugar industry, but it must be efficient and competitive. And Mr. Sacco is right. We're not working to destroy the industry, we're working to develop the industry. And the industry has been contracting. Some countries like Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and Kitts Nevis, Jamaica, Belize have seen their industries contract. Some have disappeared altogether because the cost of production was too high. Guyana is trying to preserve its industry. And that is why there will be a Blairmont, and that's why there's going to be an Albion, and we'll preserve as many of our plantations and estates as possible. IFLET will remain. But we have to deal with the problems of cost.
Speaking on the need for partnerships, the President called on all elected officials to forget party loyalty in the execution of their duties and focus on the development of the region and the country for all Guyanese. He declared that all stakeholders must work together to ensure the development and implementation of a regional economic action plan. Meanwhile, President of the Region 5 Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Mr. Imran Sakoor, acknowledged that the sugar industry, which he described as the economic backbone of the region, and by extension Guyana, in its current state is a threat to our national treasury.
Sugar, as we know for many years, has been the economic backbone of the region, and by extension Guyana. However, there appears to be a terminal decline and a threat to our national treasury and workers' welfare. While there exists a level of uncertainty as it relates to the sugar industry, reliable sources have indicated that the Blairmont Estate, the single largest employer in our region, will be retained. And I want to commend the government for ensuring that Region 5 sugar industry remains alive.
President Granger has lauded the regions that have continued to host these trade fairs and expressed the hope that all regions will continue along this path in order to attract visitors from other regions and to promote regional development. This administration is committed to empowering our regions to generate their own wealth. Moreover, through focus on infrastructure, investment, innovation, and information and communications, our regions can become leaders in their own rights and the future powerhouses they were meant to be. This is Jasmine Payne. Thank you for joining us.